You want to get
let's
to
talk
these?
about this 2000s shit.
Yep.
I want to get to what me and Coop were talking about doing. We were gonna put together a list of the top 10 hip hop albums of the 2000s, and I think that that's a very plausible thing to do. Thumbs up in the chat, everybody.
Well, I think this came from a place because I was asking you. I was like, "What classic albums got released the last couple of days?" And you were like, "Hell Hath No Fury," and I was like,
That's exactly where this started.
Yes.
Hell Hath No Fury celebrated its anniversary yesterday.
The purple tape.
Do you want to speak to Hell Hath No Fury before we get into this?
I think I've spoken to it so goddamn much on this show, Mike. It is the purple tape of its era. It is an end-to-end street classic. There's not a flaw on that record. The flows, the cadences, the bars. Mike, even the songs, the production, it's still the Neptunes, not Pharrell, the Neptunes' best production job they've ever done on an album end to end. That's rap or R&B.
It's funny you say that because I've always heard you say that, and I love the album. I've always been such a big nerd fan too because I kind of look at those as like the Neptunes' best production jobs. And I remember listening.
Ain't no keys open doors on no fucking Neptunes albums. They don't make beats like that on their albums.
No. And I remember Q-Tip got on Pharrell's show. What was it? What's that shit called?
Frontin'?
Nah, it was Pharrell's show that he had on Apple Music. It was Other Tones. Yeah, that's what it was. Right. And so Q-Tip was like, man, you know what your best produced album is, or y'all best produced album. He said, Hell Have No Fury. And yeah. It's
Hello,
like
New World.
when I heard that shit, well, this is Q-Tip talking. He's like, when I heard that shit, man, I called you like, yo.
Whamp, whamp.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom. Oh, stop that. That's their best. Mike, them beats. Oh, no. Them beats is crazy. Ride Around Shining.
Ride Around Shining is crazy.
That beat's crazy. That sound like some RZA shit from 94.
You trying to get a big chain, ain't you? You trying to slang in the rain, ain't you? Yo, the niggas are snapping on this whole album. Trill.
Nightmares with Bilal.
You're going to make me go listen to Hell Hath No Fury.
It's, Mike, it's
one of the best. Hell Hath No Fury a top 10 album of the 2000s?
It is.
All right, we got to place it. We got to see where it's at. You got a list?
I got 20 albums.
All right, hold on. Andrew Williams with the super chat says, Mike, I'm sorry, but Mariah will get washed by Mary.
See, I told you she in trouble. Because here's the thing. You want to know what? The emancipation of Mimi matters so much in the context of her soulfulness and her catalog and how it translates to black people, because you realize that although we love her songs and we love her records, all them records ain't really for us. They're for everybody. And Mary made records for us, and that's where she would be in trouble. It's like, so Mary got like 15 songs that'll wash emotions. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
All right. So we're going to do 10.
10, but I have 20.
You got 20 here.
20,
all right, let's go.
So we're going to have to edit down.
Let's go.
I'm going to start in reverse, Mike, because I don't have them in any particular order. Do you think trap music makes the top 10?
Off the top of my head, I'm going to say no. Let's put that one to the side.
The documentary by The Game?
Yes.
You think the documentary is better than trap music?
I'm going to have to say that. Now, I prefer trap music.
Okay.
But yeah, I think the documentary is kind of undeniable.
Okay, going back to another T.I. album, because I knew you were going to do that, King by T.I.
I think King has a better chance of making it than trap music does.
Okay, so we're going to put 2 stars by the documentary, because that's tentatively making it. I'm going to put a slash by King. I'm going to put 1 star by King. I'm going to slash trap music. The Fix by Scarface.
Whoo!
Right.
Forgot about the damn Fix.
Right. It's a little tougher than you think to make this top list for the 2000s. It wasn't just the 90s that was great. This was a great era, because I got 20 classics right here. All 20 of these albums are classics.
Let's push I'm thinking it's going to make it, but let's just push the Fix to the side for a second.
We're giving it 1 star like we gave King 1 star. 2 stars means that you're in. The Black Album by Jay-Z.
Yes.
Top 10?
The Black Album. I think it's Jay-Z's 3rd best album.
That ain't got shit to do with it being top 10 for this era. That's what I'm saying.
I think it's better than The Fix.
Oh, I don't.
You don't?
No, but you want to know what? We'll 1 star that because we disagree.
I think it's better than The Fix. Yeah.
I don't. The Eminem Show.
I don't think it's better than the Black Album. I think it's Eminem's best piece of work. And offline, before everybody calls me a hater, I said the Eminem Show is better than Stankonia. So, for the fact that I don't think it's better than the documentary, or the Black Album, I'm gonna say no, but it's his best piece of work.
The Minstrel Show by Little Brother.
Damn.
Right. Thought this was gonna be easy.
Thought this was gonna be easier than this.
See, that's why I was like, Mike, did you make a list? You're like, I know my 10. I was like, no, you don't. No, you don't.
The Minstrel Show. I mentioned that on our conversation.
If you're saying the Eminem Show, no, I'm gonna tell you the Minstrel Show, no, because I think the Eminem Show might be better.
The Eminem Show is better than the Minstrel.
All right, then we're gonna scratch that. Mike, The Cool by Lupe Fiasco. I think it might be.
It could be.
1 star for now. So right now,
I would put the Eminem Show over The Cool, though.
No.
You wouldn't?
No. Okay. No. I told you, Mike, there's part of me that thinks The Cool is like Midnight Marauders level.
What do our Lupe fans in here think?
Mad Villainy. I put 1 star by The Cool.
I think Mad Villainy has to be in there.
Why?
The impact.
1 star because we don't agree. The only thing we've agreed on so far is the documentary. Stillmatic.
Yes.
We agree. So that we have the documentary and Stillmatic. That's literally the only shit we've agreed upon so far.
Okay, well, we got a lot of discussing to do.
The Blueprint.
Yes.
We agree. Barely. So that's 3.
That's 3.
The Carter 2.
No.
Carter 3.
Huh.
Because I think the Carter 2 is better than the Carter 3. So we don't agree.
But see, I would have the Carter 3 in there the same reason I would put King over trap music. I just think it's more important for that decade.
We're going to 1 star the Carter 2 and the Carter 3 and come back. So we're still only got 3 albums right now. Stank on Ya.
I don't think so.
Not top 10?
I don't think so. I think The Fix is better. I think the Black Album's better. I think the Eminem Show's better.
Hurts my feelings. Graduation.
I think the Minstrel Show's better.
Damn it. Graduation.
LP says Mike's been compromised. No, I haven't. Graduation. Oh, damn. That's his superstar moment, man.
That ain't what I asked you, Mike. That ain't what I asked.
You know what? Based on the albums that you named, I don't think so.
Thank you. Because I don't think so either. Although it's definitely like all three of Kanye's albums from this era are in the top 20 though.
Yeah.
And he's the only person that can say that from this era, and that would make him the best artist of this era. And so I will give him that. No, he's the best artist of this era. Yeah. So
he's the Prince of that era.
Don't ever mention the next Prince again.
I tried to get that one in, y'all.
Late Registration.
Yes.
I'm actually going to agree with you on Late Registration. The College Dropout.
Yes.
He's only going to have 2 in the top 10, maybe. Hell Hath No Fury. I'm going to say yes. What say you? We can 1 star it and go back to it.
Yeah, let's go back to it. Because the only reason why I'm hesitating is because I'm thinking about The Fix.
I think Hell Hath No Fury is better than The Fix and the Black Album, just so we're clear.
Eminem Show, too?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's a step up from all of those albums.
Documentary?
Yes. Yes. Because lyrically, they are somewhere special.
They are.
They
are.
Like the beats are comparable and the rhymes are definitely better on Hell Hath No Fury.
And you got Mr. Me Too on there and all of that.
Hell Hath No Fury might be in my top 5 from this era. That's what I'm saying. It's like that. Because what do you want? Beats, rhymes, and life, right?
People are saying Mad Villainy is top 5 in the 2000s.
We got 1 star by it. Nobody asked y'all yet. We'll get to y'all in a minute. Like Water for Chocolate, Mike.
That was 2000, huh? Nah, I don't think so.
Okay. I don't think it's going to make it either. The Lost Tapes.
Put a star by it.
Yep, that's...
Yeah.
B.
Yes.
It's in. Supreme
B
Clientele.
might be number 1 or 2, man.
Supreme Clientele.
Yes.
In. Get Rich or Die Trying.
Yes.
In. So right now, we have Get Rich or Die Trying, Supreme Clientele, B, The College Dropout, Late Registration, The Blueprint, Stillmatic, and the documentary.
That's 8 albums.
We got 2 spots. 2. So here are the ones we got 1 star by. King, The Fix, The Black Album, The Cool, Mad Villainy, Carter 2 and 3, Hell Hath No Fury, and The Lost Tapes. I'm taking Hell Hath No Fury. If there's two left,
fine with
if
that.
there's two left, are you fine with that?
I'm fine with that.
Okay, so what's our last one then? You want me to read them through again?
I mean, you can for the people. I got it in my mind.
Okay, what's in your mind? Because I'll tell you what's on my mind.
Because I'm thinking, I'm leaning more towards Mad Villainy. But the Carter 3 can't be ignored. I think that if we were to, let's just say this, and this is the rule I always go off of. There's a writer who is writing like a top 8 80s albums or whatever for according to hip hop, and he has Curtis Blow The Breaks, and we're talking about 8 songs, and I'm like, and there's no Run DMC songs on there. I'm like, look, can't not have Run DMC Sucker MCs. Now, if we post something and that song is missing, but the breaks is there, people are going to have more of a problem with Run DMC missing as opposed to if the breaks wasn't there. You know what I mean? Nobody's going to be like, nobody's going to be like, yo, man, niggas didn't put the breaks on there. So I feel like on a list like this, if the Carter 3 is missing, that's a blaring omission.
It's not blaring to me because the album before it is better. And so if we're talking about the grandiose nature of albums, we can't because if that's the case, Mad Villainy doesn't even belong. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. But I mean, I guess it has an impact on its level. Mitch with the super chat says, top 10 2000s in no order. Supreme Clientele, Blueprint, Get Rich or Die Trying, Hell Hath No Fury, Documentary, College Dropout, Graduation, B, Mad Villainy, Stillmatic. I like that 10. I think the South is left out of that 10, but you know. But see, that's the thing.
We were the hit makers of this era.
Yeah.
Not the album makers.
Okay, what are you thinking for that 10th spot? Because if we're talking Minstrel Show, The Fix, Carter 3, Mad Villainy.
Hold on. So King by T.I. is not in this conversation, so we're just going to scratch that out, right? The Black Album,
we can.
The Black Album and The Fix are out.
You said the Black Album and The Fix are out? Yeah, I think that's fair.
The Cool by Lupe is out?
You know, I feel like I haven't listened to The Cool in a long time, really, and maybe I'm sleeping on something. So I might not be the best person to answer that right now.
I don't believe.
But from what I remember, because I bought The Cool back in the day.
Me too.
And I remember being, floored by everything that he was doing on there and the way it was put together. It was kind of put together like a Kendrick Lamar album before Kendrick Lamar.
I don't believe we're having a show where I'm the one putting Lupe's album up high and you're the one saying you haven't heard it in a while. That's great. Mike, I'm going to lean on, how about this? I think Here are the albums that I think that we should really be considering right now based on the conversation. And I just took the Cool out about some of the stuff that you just said. I think The Lost Tapes, Carter 3, Mad Villainy. What you taking between those three? Carter 3, Lost Tapes, Mad Villainy. Because I'm providing 3 different scopes of what hip-hop looked like in that era.
I think the Carter 3 is just too important.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, we can't talk about the 2000s without talking about Wayne's meteoric rise, and his rise is the Carter 3. Drake's career and everything moving forward is kind of predicated on that effort.
Okay.
So
no, I'm cool with that. So we have for the top 10 albums of the 2000s, 2000, 2009, just so we're clear, Get Rich or Die Trying, Supreme Clientele, and B. I think those are both of our top 3 albums, right?
I think so.
Kanye's got 2 entries with the College Dropout and Late Registration.
Okay.
That's 5. Got Hell Hath No Fury, which I think lyrically is the best album of all these albums, just so we're clear.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, there's not an album better lyrically than all these albums that made our list, except maybe Stillmatic. We have Stillmatic.
I was going to say, that's an incredible lyrical display.
Yeah, it'd be Hell Hath No Fury and Stillmatic were the best lyrical exercises of the era.
I'm a vouch for Supreme Clientele, but you already know.
Supreme can be in there. Blueprint. Did I say Blueprint?
Yeah.
Okay. Documentary.
Mm-hmm.
Carter 3.
Yep, those are 10.
Yep.
Let's try to put some order to it because it's only 10.
007 just hit me and said Thug Motivation 101 was a moment. What say you to Thug Motivation 101?
It was a moment, and
I don't think it's better than Trap Music or King, though. That's my problem with 101. As much, I mean, and Nick Love and I actually argued about this live.
Yeah, I was in there too. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you were kind of like you were the mediator because I was over here like, so you think trap music's better than? I was like, you think 101's better than trap music? Right. I was like, I don't agree. But if trap music isn't making the list, then neither is 101 because they are comparable albums. Is that fair?
And if you want to talk about Mike performances and we start splitting hairs and stuff, it's like, nah, the T.I. effort's got to get that nod. LP with the super chat says, Doom was talking about Cheetos, Fritos. Nas was talking about, look at all the motherfuckers at Wakes whose son you killed and you ain't got cut on your face. 007 the super chat says Thug Motivation 101 needs to be on there. I think you just covered what 007 had to say.
I think, you know what I'm going to do? I think I may make a top 25 list because here's the thing about it. I think when we talk about the golden eras of hip hop, I think people sometimes feel like that 85 to 90 run is the best era, and some people feel like just the 90s run is better. I mean, Mike, you know how many classic albums I just named? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Mike, I got 24 albums down right here, and that's not counting 101. So it's like, no, those are 25 classics that came in a 9-year period. That's a 3 classic album every 10-year average. You know, it's great.
The number one album, I would say, based on everything that we named, I still got Supreme Clientele as number one. But I know you said off air, you got Get Rich or Die Trying. And if Get Rich or Die Trying is that number one album of the 2000s, there's so much to support that.
It's got some of everything.
It's so much to support. It's the biggest moment. It's the Doggy Style of its era.
It is.
And that just
But it's also Doggy Stylish level quality too. Mm-hmm. Like, how about this? When I look at it, of all the albums from this era, Get Rich or Die Trying is the one that would come closest to cracking the top 10. And that's how I feel about it. It's like, oh no, if we're ranking albums all time, Get Rich or Die Trying is the only one of these albums that I know is easily in the top 20, like easily, and closer to maybe 10 than 20.
Read off those albums again because I just discovered something when you were just talking.
All of them are 10.
The 10.
Get Rich or Die Trying.
Look at what that did for 50's career.
Right. Supreme Clientele.
Look at what that did for Ghost.
B.
Look at what that did for Common.
Stillmatic in the Blueprint.
That did so much for Jay and Nas at that time.
And for hip hop.
Yeah.
College Dropout and Late Registration.
Both of those did so much for Ye.
Entry, Superstardom.
Yep.
Carter 3.
Look at what that did for Wayne.
The documentary.
Yeah, I think we got a good 10 here. And look what that did for the West Coast.
And Hell Hath No Fury.
Yeah.
That's the rap album of this era, though. That's what I'm saying. Is like, you got to have a rapping-ass rap album. Hell Hath No Fury is the real, like, that's why I say it's the purple tape of its era. It's like, no, like, you want the life, you want the beats, you want the rhymes. That's actually the album that you go to.
If I'm being objective here, now granted, my favorite album on that list is Supreme Clientele, probably followed by B. But if I'm being objective, I think Get Rich or Die Trying should get the number one spot.
Objectively, probably. Yeah. But Supreme would probably, I'll tell you what, if I was just ranking the top 3 in order, I would probably go Get Rich. You know, here's the thing, because how about this? I think Iron Man is better than like Water for Chocolate. Just me personally. And so what Common did on B is more special because I really do feel like
too as well. You ain't even got to give a speech. I feel
like,
me.
And so I would put Supreme at number 3, but it's just because, oh no, I knew Ghost was special when I heard the purple tape in Iron Man. I didn't realize I knew Common. That's with like Water for Chocolate in the bag.
I mean, B still sounds incredible.
It does.
It really does, man. What Common and Kanye West put together, it stands to this day. B made Common a superstar.
It did.
A guy that I never thought would have gotten out of that whole backpack underground image became a worldwide notable name because of this effort. So B being number 2 in the 2000s, I'm cool with that.
You know, in Hell Hath No Fury, for me, it had very reasonable doubt like overtones for it. Like on the intro, when he's like a 4'11 Cuban helped us weather the storm, I'm like, that's that shit that's gonna get niggas indicted. I don't like it. And what happened?
Yeah, I know.
Everybody got indicted and caught the RICO except for them niggas. Like, but that's how serious the talk was on that album. Like, they were really like not fucking with Jive. They was really back out in the streets. It's like, it's very Purple Tape and Reasonable Doubt. Like, it's like, oh no, you can smell that shit. Let your skin crawl. Press one button. Let the wind fall. Who gonna stop us? Fuck the coppers. The mind of a kilo shopper. Seeing my life through the windshields of choppers. I ain't spent one rap dollar in 3 years.
Holla. Michael Williams with the super chat says, no way is Documentary or the Carter 3 better than the Black Album. Neither is King.
Actually, Mike, if you really want to know this, Hell Hath No Fury is what made Kanye take notice of Pusha T. So it's actually a Pusha T's come out moment because that's when Pusha T became an upper echelon MC.
These are important albums.
These are important albums. Yeah.
They're career changing albums.
Because when the third album, till the casket drops, is coming out, Ye's in the picture because the first single's kind of like a big deal with who?
Kanye.
What do you think made Kanye take notice?
Yeah.
Hell Hath No Fury. And Mr. Me Too is the Wayne diss that nobody talks about.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Me Too is a Wayne diss. That's where the real dissing actually started.
Okay, this is where I'm gonna go here. Get Rich or Die Trying at number 1.
Okay.
Somebody said 2001. That came out in 99.
Came out in 99.
Don't get it twisted.
Let it go.
All right, Get Rich or Die Trying being at the number 1 spot. I think that's a shoe in. B number 2. I got Supreme at 3.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna go Blueprint 4.
I can't do that. I would put Hell Hath No Fury at 4. I think
over the Blueprint
and Stillmatic, and I put Stillmatic ahead of the Blueprint.
I know you put Stillmatic ahead of the Blueprint.
I do because both of them have like a few gaps, but this is what I mean. How about this?
Blueprint's a moment.
Until Stillmatic dropped, it was a moment. That's what I'm saying. When people talk about that moment, it's like, oh no, that moment was short-lived because he found himself mired in some shit that he signed himself up for. And so when you're talking about that moment lasted about 90 days, Mike.
Am I giving Jay a pass because I acknowledge the holes that are in the Blueprint, but I still hold it very high as a classic?
How about this? Let's just Stillmatic and the Blueprint aren't better than Hell Hath No Fury because ain't no Braveheart Party or My Country on Hell Hath No Fury. Ain't no Hola Ho Vito and Jigga That Nigga on Hell Hath No Fury.
But there's also not a You Don't Know on there either.
Keys Open Doors is pretty close, Mike.
Keys
Open Doors. These bitches fake like the hoes on Flavor, but I don't mind spending. All it is paper. Yes. I don't know.
Okay.
Keys Open Doors is special.
We're probably going to have 2 separate lists on that one. So, okay.
You put yours up and repost them. You put yours up and I'll put mine up and we'll post them both. And we'll let people argue about it.
Exactly.
I'm going to put mine up on Twitter tonight.
Okay, yeah. And we'll just piece them together.
We'll just piece them together, right.
Pages and all that.
Right.
Okay. So
My country does not go hard. Whoever said that's wild. No, it doesn't.
All right, so
don't nobody want to hear Esco singing. Like, no.
Your number 4 is
Hell Hath
No Fury. My number 4 is the Blueprint.
Then I would go Stillmatic and probably the Blueprint after that.
Then I'm gonna go Stillmatic at 5. I think we got the same 5. What else are we missing?
The Documentary.
Okay.
I would actually, if I'm being honest, after those 5, I would probably go to Late Registration.
I'm not even gonna lie to you, man. I might
have Late Registration ahead of Stillmatic and the Blueprint. Actually.
I was gonna say I might actually have the College Dropout at 4.
I'm not gonna knock you for that.
You're
a College Dropout head. I'm a Late Registration head. Ye does deserve maybe some top 5 love. I would actually be cool with sliding the Blueprint and Stillmatic out of the top 5 and putting one of the Kanye albums in, but I'm not putting it above Hell Hath No Fury.
Okay, so I think I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go Get Rich or Die Trying. B. Supreme Clientele. The College Dropout. The Blueprint. Then I might be going Stillmatic after that.
Right.
What else we got left? We got the Documentary. Mm-hmm. We got Hell Hath No Fury. Well, I got Hell Hath No Fury left.
And Late Registration.
Late Registration and the Carter 3. Okay. So after Stillmatic.
All right. So I'm going to take a snapshot of these albums and you create your order and I'll create mine.
Okay. Yeah. No, this is fun. I think I have a bit
here's
of
the
an
thing.
order. Late registration might be at number 10 for me.
We might need to have a conversation about how great the 2000 to 2009 era was, though, because I guarantee you, the 25th best album that's going to make this list for either one of our lists is going to be very, very comparable to the back end of the 90s run, and maybe even better than the 80s run. Can you think of?
I think that based on what we're seeing here, we could say that these albums could rival the 80s albums. Definitely. Now, the 90s is stacked.
94 and 95 are stacked. 94, 95, 90. 94 is not even stacked like that. 95 and 96 are stacked. So the reality,
96, and 98.
So the reality of the matter is, see, that's the thing. Okay, so like this is what I mean, and this is where the 90s is special. Oh, there's only about 3 albums from 98 that's gonna make the top 25 from the 90s. That's Aquemini, Moment of Truth, and It's Dark and Hell is Hot.
Those are big ones, though.
The rest of the albums, though, so 98 ain't that big because the rest of them albums ain't making the fucking cut. You want to know why? Because 1995 and 96. Right.
Yeah. But see, 94,
like something
what all does 94 have?
It's got Illmatic, Ready to Die, and Southern Playalistic. It's top heavy.
Okay.
And then you got Doggy Style and The Chronic, 93, 92.
On the back end.
Then you got, like, just off top, it's like, well, you got Low End Theory and Midnight Marauders. Mm-hmm. Got The Chronic and Doggy Style. Ice Cube with Death Certificate and America's Most.
Right.
Illmatic, Ready to Die, Southern Playalistic.
Jeez, the 90s is crazy.
Look, man. Purple Tape, Infamous.
Yeah, man.
Aquemini, It's Dark and Hell is Hot, Moment of Truth. We haven't talked about 96. We're at 14.
And we haven't even talked about 96. That's the heaviest year.
Right. You can name 14 classic albums off the top of your head without even bringing 96 into the fold. I ain't bought up Liquid Swords yet either. That would be 15.
That's insane.
Yeah, the 90s is it.
Oh, yeah.
But the 2000s ain't bad. These are 25 great albums.
No, they are. And I think that this top 10, this can rival a lot. I feel bad about the Mad Villainy thing, man. I really do.
I don't.
You just sent it to me. Let's see.
Yeah.
All right.
Those are 25 albums, if I'm not mistaken. Let me count again. 1, 2, 3,
okay.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
So I slid the Carter 3 in there. Yeah, I think I know what I'm going to do with my list.
This is 24, so we need to come up with one more album. What album are we missing from this era?
Motivation 101, right?
No. I put 101 down. That gives us 24. For all of y'all saying Capital Punishment is not going to make a top 25 rap album of the 90s. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
It shouldn't.
It's not.
Got love for pun and everything, but no, I don't think it should.
Oh, Mike, Muddy Waters.
Yeah, I didn't even...
Reasonable Doubt. It Was Written.
Yeah.
Riding Dirty.
What are we missing?
The Diary by Scarface, Mike. The Diary's making the top 25 in the 90s list.
Yeah, it should.
It's too hard.
2001,
Mike. By Dr. Dre. Yeah.
By far the best album of 1999.
Like, there's stuff like Dog Food that may not make the top 25 for the 90s. Like
Soul Food. Great album.
Soul Food may not make the top 25, Mike. For the 90s. And that's saying a lot. Because I just listen to Soul Food.
I give Soul Food 4.5 mics.
Mike, I'm gonna be honest with you. I was just listening to Soul Food. I don't know if there's a bad song on Soul Food. It's end to end.
I've always said Soul Food's better than Southern Playalistic, but it's the perspective, and you get 4 guys' perspective, and you could tell that in relation to Cash, Dre and Big at the time, they lived more life. Cujo specifically,
they were older, like Gip said, and how about this?
Cujo's the star on Soul Food to me.
I think CeeLo's versatility still shines through because he's singing and harmonizing on there.
He's CeeLo.
But what Gip and Cujo are saying on Soul Food.
Yeah. What the perspective
there's some very well-bred brothers who have already lived life. And also too, and here was my takeaway. Here's where Gip really made me think differently. Teamwork is what makes the dream work. Mm-hmm. When I listened to Dirty South today, I was like, oh no, that's a Cool Breeze record that he gave to Goody Mob. Cool Breeze coined the Dirty South.
Yep.
That's not a Goody Mob song. That's a Cool Breeze record that Gip jumped on, that fit everything that was going on. He gave that up for the team. And so what I want everybody with aspirations, no matter what they're doing, to know, and this is why we love DF so much, ain't no fucking I in team. When I heard Dirty South, I'm like, no, this is clearly like when you're younger, it's like that's a Goody Mob record. It's like, no, the older me is like, that's Cool Breeze's record that he put on Goody Mob's album to help the crew shine.
I should have asked him about that. And you know what? The other thing
we need that
you mentioned,
that's what I mean.
Yeah, we need a follow-up interview.
That's Cool Breeze's record.
This might be selfish of me, but I know this story because I did a mixtape back in the day when I was in a group where Cujo hosted it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked him like, yo, man, why is Gip like the only one on Black Ice? And he was like, man, you know, we just always in the studio. We fell asleep that day, got up, the song was done. And I should have asked Gip about that too, but I think I didn't because I already knew some of those things, but I should have got his perspective.
That's what I say, go to Black Ice. It's like, is that a Goody Mob record or was that a Gip record that Outkast came and sold up? Yeah. Right. But they didn't care about all of that. And so it's like, not to be funny, I can see why DF is still around and still strong and still supporting Andre even with the flute stuff.
Teamwork.
And these other crews aren't around.
Yeah, because they've always given it up. Like, I heard from Ray Murray that Get Up, Get Out was CeeLo's record. Gave it to Outkast.
Gip has continuously said, you know, prior to your interview, oh, I've been responsible for hit records that you don't even know that's my record, really.
You know, it's funny, and I want to address this before we go. I know we're running out of time, but we posted, you know, when Gip was talking about, you know, Pimp C calling him about, you know, borrowing his style on Big Pimpin'.
That's what I mean.
Jay-Z's Big Pimpin'. And people are in the comments talking about, yo, this cap, this and that. Like, no, it's not. I asked him that. I remember watching Rap City. I remember Pimp C himself saying this. Gip didn't say any of this. I asked him about it. I saw him say this.
Pimp said it first.
He was in the basement with Tigger, and he put it out there. He was talking about biters, and he said, man, with the Big Pimpin', I hit up Gip like, yo, can I use your flow? Now, granted, when I heard Big Pimpin', I never really even put the thing together.
But then you go listen to
But when you listen to his They Don't Dance No More verse, it is that.
Yeah. Smoking out, throwing up. Yeah, that's Gip's flow from They Don't Dance No More. Right.
Exactly.
But Pimp was such a G about it. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yo, can I use your flow?
And Gip was like, you know, what's mine is yours.
Southern hospitality.
Exactly. And you know, it's funny, one of my favorite Andre moments on ATLians is when he borrowed Cujo's flow on Jazzy Bell.
Right.
Yeah, when he was like, me and no girl end up black on black, no star. Yeah, wanted to send you so that no one knows who us are. Talk bad about her nigga, give it to snap like bra.
Straps sticking together like grandma and grandpa pa.
That's Cujo.
That's Cujo's flow.
And that's dope when people do that. You know what I mean? Like,
that's what I mean. That's what I mean when Gip made me think. I was like, no, it's like the team that lasts the longest and stays the strongest is the team that really operates like a real team.
No, fact.
And so you can see where their egos collectively not involved.
Mitch with the super chat says, "Will Iron Man rank higher if Soul Controller didn't get taken off of the OG box in hand? Deadly Darts with Ghost. Meth and Street Life made the track list." I like Box in Hand.
Box in Hand's another stellar Method Man performance.
Of course it is.
Meth killed Box in Hand.
Listen, we understate Method Man, and I'm guilty too. And I think that when Method Man said F a rap critic,
you talk about it while I live.
He was one of those guys that was getting it from rap critics harder than damn near anybody, at least on the East Coast. And when you look back at the work he's done, and like you said, the pivotal moments that he was a part of, I'm sure that was very frustrating to know that, yeah, ice cream's not ice cream without me. Cream's not cream without me. And these people still talking shit.
I mean, Mike, just in fairness, it's like, where's the actual drop-off on Iron Man that people don't think? Like, because here's my thing.
Iron Man suffers from supreme clientele.
That's what it is.
Tape.
But here's the thing, is that it's not supreme clientele of the purple tape. It's not Liquid Swords. But you know it's really, really close, right? I'm going to read this track list, and I don't want you to tell me the bad record. Mm-hmm. Iron Maiden, which, by the way, is my favorite record on there. Iron Maiden's crazy. Wildflower, Faster Blade, 260, Assassination Day, Poisonous Darts, Winter Wars, Box in Hand, Fish, Camé, Daytona 500,
Lord.
Motherless Child, Black Jesus, After the Smoke is Clear with the Delphonics, All That I Got Is You, and Marvel with RZA.
What's the problem with this
What's the problem
album?
with Iron Man?
You know, another 4.5 mic album.
The only problem with Iron Man is, like you said, the Purple Tape and Supreme.
The other problem with Iron Man is this Ghost's album and Ray's out rapping them on there. That's the other. If you want to,
if you want to split those hairs, if you want to split those hairs, but
Ghost has All That I Got Is You. He got his moments on there.
All I'm saying is as far as top 5 Wu solo projects go, it goes for me: Purple Tape, Liquid, Supreme, Iron Man.
It's true. And then you got the
Return to the 36 Chambers.
Yeah,
correct.
No, that's legit.
Like Iron Man is, like Iron Man's problem is Liquid Swords and Purple Tape, like specifically for the time it came out, because it felt like a drop off. But it's like motherfucker, it's like if you toggle down from the top of the building and you just end up in the penthouse, it's not that far of a drop. You were just on the top of the building.
It's a momentum thing too. Do you think Iron Man would be held higher if it actually came out first?
Yes. Yeah. Actually, if it came out in between, it would be held higher. Like if it went Purple Tape, Iron Man, then Liquid Swords, yes, held higher.
Yeah.
Because it feels like it lost some steam a little bit.
Right.
But it's like, nah, that shit's beautiful. Like, I love Iron Man.
It's the momentum swing, or the perceived momentum.
How about
swing.
this? I feel like Iron Man is more consistent than Supreme. It just doesn't peak like Supreme. Like one.
Yeah.
Like there's not.
He's just a much better rapper.
He is.
Supreme. I think that's what's blaring.
One and Mighty Healthy. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't have the capability in '96 of making a One or Mighty Healthy by himself. That's the only thing wrong with Iron Man.
And the way he's rapping on songs like Buck 50. Now, granted, a lot of people feel like Redman got the best verse, but just the shit that he's doing on there, like the supercalifragilistic.
We made it.
Whoa. Yeah.
Malcolm.
We made it as an example of, and again, I don't want to use this time to really dump on Busta Rhymes or whatever, but you can have a lot of features and still it be your album. We made it when Ghost came through with his verse on there, it was clear whose song it was. You know what I'm saying? And everybody had dope verses on there, but whenever he stepped to the mic on that album, it's Ghost time. You know what I'm saying? And
Iron Man is some Purple Tape hangover. Mm-hmm. It's like they're still in the midst of their run, and it's not as gritty as the Purple Tape or Liquid Swords. And I think that people at that time associated the Wu-Tang style with a gritty sound, and the sound on Iron Man is more polished and more soulful. But that was what turned out to be Ghost Chamber.
Yeah, is it the last of that? I guess chamber of gritty.
Oh, think about it. Like, think about this.
I feel like Kappa's album might be the last Wu album that sounded like that.
Think how cold the 90s are. Where's Iron Man gonna fall?
In the 50s. Or honestly, like 40s or something. And
for the 90s? Album. You think so? You don't think it's higher? You think there's 40 albums better than Iron Man?
I don't know. 90s? Maybe 30s or so.
Yeah.
It's in the soul food realm, right? And I think soul food, in my opinion, is the second best hip hop album to ever come out of this city. So then I asked, where's Southern Playalistic? I don't know.
Okay, so we're going to do a top 25 2000s, but we might need to do a top 50 90s list.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might need to end the year strong. Maybe next week we talk about the top 50 rap albums.
We could dedicate a whole show to that.
That's what I mean. Like maybe Monday.
Now, I'll have to have some notes for that. Now,
no. That's why we'll have time. We need to review AZ's album that's coming out on Friday. But after that, we can kind of go into top. I think we should do top 50 albums of the 90s. Where's Do or Die fall?
Yeah,
I don't know. There's not even a chance Do or Die may not make the top 50.
That's crazy.
That's not absurd though.
Yeah. Brian with the super chat says, I prefer the production of the 2000s, but I wouldn't argue if someone said that the 90s were better lyrically. However, there's more relatable and digestible lyrics in the 2000s for a lot of people, though.
Into the Stage, Word Life by OC.
See, those are the stuff we can't forget.
Mecca and the Soul Brother.
I personally think
the main ingredient.
Better, but,
right. That's what I'm saying. But Daily Operation by Gangstar.
Yeah.
Step Into the Arena.
You got the big one.
Yeah, Moment of Truth is making it. That's easy. Moment of Truth is an easy pick from the 90s.
That's top 20.
Yeah. Oh, Daylight shit, Mike. We ain't even talk no Daylight. We ain't talk Stakes is High.
Yeah.
Or hold on.
I mean, all of them were in the 90s with the exception of
3 Feet High is the 80s.
3 Feet High is 89.
Yeah, so Balloon Mind State.
Balloon Mind State, De La Soul is dead is mine, but
De La Soul's Dead has grown on me more. I still think Stakes is High and 3 Feet. 3 Feet High and Stakes is High is still my two favorites.
Stakes is High is their rap album.
It is.
You know what I mean?
It's their rapping ass rap album. Like AT Aliens, we ain't brought up that.
Yeah.
Philadelphia Half-Life and When Things Fall Apart by The Roots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The 90s is heavy.
Yeah.
What a great
Puff
time
Daddy and the Family, No Way Out.
No Way Out should be on there.
Harlem World by Mace, should that make it?
Harlem World is interesting because 97 is one of the weaker years, but Harlem World took over that year.
Hold on, Mike. Where's Busta Rhymes, The Coming, and ELE gonna fall?
I don't know.
It may not even make the top 50, Mike. That's what I mean about it's like, are you sure that he's
like that? Yeah.
Because where's the...
That's what I've been trying to tell a lot of the, people who've been, drinking the Kool-Aid about this Busta Rhymes would beat anybody in the versus thing. Like,
hey,
I don't know, man.
I'm gonna give you somebody. Like, what's the difference between Mystical and Busta Rhymes, Mike?
One's from New Orleans and one's from New York. I think Mystical's more creative.
Like, he's got Danger, Shake Your Ass, The Man Right Here, Here I Go.
Some of those Mystical records, when you hear them, I'm like, how did this nigga come up with this shit?
The songs are holding up well, too, Mike.
Yeah.
The songs are holding, Mystical songs are holding up well.
He doesn't really have a blueprint. It's kind of like Old Dirty, man. Like, there's really not a father
there's no father to his style.
Like, when I hear some of these Mystical records, I'm like, man, how did this nigga come up with this?
Somebody brought up Fear of a Black Planet by Public Enemy.
That was in the 90s. Yeah, that was 1990.
90s is the era, Mike. 90s is the era.
It's tough.
90 to 99 is the...
We got to go year for year to it with it, too, so we don't forget anything. Because the early 90s stuff can get kind of swept under the rug.
Yeah, it gets lost. 94 kind of made people... I think 93 and 94 made people forget that there was like 2-3 years before that.
Right, exactly.
It's like, no, there was shit before
Yeah,
that.
and Tribe was running that.
Tribe was running that. East Coast wise.
Tribe, Cube, and NWA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm about to say, actually, it's Tribe and people who were part of NWA at some point, most notably Dr. Dre and Ice Cube.
Right, exactly.
Right, it's Dr. Dre, Ice Cube, and Tribe Called Quest.
NWA and its extension.
Right, the extended family of NWA. Oh, Mike, East 1999 and Creeping on a Come Up.
East 1999 has to make it.
But is East 19... How about this? Do you think East 1999 is better than Iron Man? I don't.
I don't think it is.
So are you sure it's making it? All right. It's a heavy year.
A lot.
Yeah, we're going to have to do some work on that. We're going to have to go year by year and like really walk back up in here. And what you do is if you'll come with your 50, I'll come with my 50, and we'll do what we usually do.
Mark it off.
And we're just going to have to mark off where we match up at, and then we're just going to have to fight.
Damn, 2000s was way easier than this.
We was able to actually do it within the framework of the show.
Right. All right, well, let's get up out of here, man. Great show. I'm looking forward to the next episode, no pun intended, where we do the 90s.
Mike, I didn't bring up Enter the Wu-Tang 36 Chambers.
I thought that was a given.
That's probably top 5, 10 from that. That's top 5.
10 even. Easy.
Oh, 10 easy.
Yeah.
I think Enter the Wu-Tang is one of the 10 best rap albums of all time still. So it's like...
So I think that off the top of my head, the top 3 are going to end up being
Illmatic, Doggy Style,
and Only Built. Something like that.
The Low End Theory's in there. Enter the Wu-Tang's in there. Those would be the 5 that come to my mind off the top of my head. Enter the Wu-Tang,
and
Purple
I love
Tape.
Aquemini, but it's gonna be a hard fight for it, man.
Aquemini might make the top 10. It's gonna have to be a fight though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of those are 5s. Everything that we named on here today, the top 10 that we named on here, you think they're all 5s?
I don't think the Carter 3 is a 5. That's why I didn't really want it in the top 10. Yeah. I don't know if the documentary is a 5 either.
Okay.
It's close.